Afternoon, everybody. Clint Ensby with the market report from Mount Compass on the 3rd of April. After a long weekend, we had a few less cattle. It was just over 650 cattle yarded today. Job was mainly a bit stronger over most of the heavy cattle. Young cattle were similar to a fortnight ago, and light heifers were probably back 20 cents. The bulls, we started off on a reasonable run of bulls there. We had the best of them. We're out at $2.40 for a couple of good high yielding bulls, and then you quickly slip back into $2.25 to $2.30 where most of them sat. Cow job was probably the strength of the day. 10 to 15 better, I would have, I'd think, across most of the cows. The heavy cows topped out at $2.48 for some very, very nice cows there, and the medium runner cows back in that $2.25 to $2.35. Wasn't much in that next bracket down, and then we dropped into the cows which were pretty much underdone and lightweight cows, with a lot of those proper boner type cows making anywhere from $1.50 to $1.80, whether they were dairy types or beef types. The heavy steers, they were a bit mixed in quality today. Didn't have any real nice tradie types. They were the few that we did have were all bigger bullocky type fellas with a bit of age. They made anywhere from sort of $2.85 to $3 for those fellas that were sort of 700 to 800 kilos. The handful of tradie types we did have, they were $2.90 to $3, and a few that came off a feed. Not many of them, but they went to the local butchers at anywhere from that sort of $2.85 to about $3.20. Store steers, to go back to the paddock, and your feeder types, 300 plus kilo cattle, your coloured cattle were making anywhere from sort of $2.60 to $2.85, and then your black steers were anywhere from sort of $2.75 through to $3. Heifers going on to feed, probably mixed results there. A few bits and pieces, they were anywhere from $2.30 to $2.50. If you had a nice run of heifers, we had one nice line of heifers, 350 kilo Angus heifers, preg tested, empty, weaned, and the job was all good on them, and they made up to $2.85. They made same as steer price. But if you did get into your bits and pieces, they were back a bit. As I said, $2.30, $2.40 for your singles and bits and pieces like that. Little heifers returning to the paddock, they were the ones that struggled today to find any momentum. Really struggling to find buyers to put them away at the moment with the lack of feed and being pretty dry around the place. Again, a neat line of heifers, 300 kilos, $2.30. But again, a lot of bits and pieces and off types, and anything that's gone a little bit cowy, $1.40 to $1.80. Bit of value buying there if you can chip your way through them, but also hard to find anyone who's got any interest in taking them up just at the moment. But they are tough. They're probably the worst things at the moment, but as the weather changes and a little bit of rain, and I think we'll see them improve quickly after once we get a break in the season. So pretty much today, if your cattle were heavy and had a bit of weight, you'll find the heavy feeder job and the kill job, it's ticking along all right. Again, if we're looking for someone to put some cattle back in the paddock, we're just struggling with a few bits and pieces at the moment. But it is what it is at the moment. We'll keep working with it, and we'll have another go next week.